It's about time that I reviewed a Hindustani classical record. You think that I would find some way to slice swiftly in between the usual listen to a pitchfork-acclaimed indie singer-songwriter record by suddenly introducing myself to Khyal. Familiarizing myself with Khyal isn't too difficult nowadays. You have a ton of resources online to lend your ears to, and it's a Google search away, but it still doesn't guarantee your enjoyment of the music. We've all got different musical backgrounds, and I doubt that a majority of the demographic for any English-speaking music channel on YouTube grew up with Nazakat Ali Khan. Nevertheless, God is Not a Terrorist comes from a very deeply moving place, and feels like such too. At the end of the day, we all find ways to express our deepest grievances, and doing such through the freeform, droning and mesmerising styles of North Indian classical music. Pakistani vocalist Ustad Saami manages to howl his voice over the ruts in the instrumental that accompanies him. His voice doesn't come from the throat, but from the chest. You can tell. And I'm astounded. Is there like an age you reach where you're just suddenly able to unlock some sort of cheat code that enables you to spin drift the microtonal scale with a 49-note vocal range? This man's capable of doing a 360 pop shove it on an E flat. Saami definitely isn't some random who showed up. He's the lead rep for the oldest tabla gharana, a social body of musicians and dancers linked by apprenticeship or lineage, of which various gharanas specialize in different musical styles from their country. Saami is the last musician in the world who practices his musical expressions labeled surti, and typically masters of their specialized style only share it through their family. Saami's recorded music now is a means of instead sharing this with the world before it disappears, and the music very vividly reflects this defiance of fate. Music producer, writer and lecturer Ian Brennan is the man behind recording this album, acknowledged in the past for travelling internationally to record and display the narratives of traditional music from locations that are seldom represented overseas, especially as you come face to face with an 18-minute track fittingly titled Longing. But it's a rewarding push through these moments, especially in the case of Longing, since it's probably the best track on there. There's a lot of difficulty in unpacking an album that upon English-speaking ears is wordless, but musically it has the same deeply stirring effect that any, Wilfred Owen poem might. The collective vocals on My Beloved Is On The Way build a strengthening sense of solidarity, while on War Song, Saami sounds further off in the distance, howling by himself. There are shifting moments of independence and community, and it is all down to how these vocal performances manifest in tandem with the drone in the background, the harmonium that swirls. The music may gently descend or startlingly spike upwards in melody. This album is concentrated. It's barely eventless more than it is just one gigantic event, simultaneously grounded on earth and transcendent beyond. It sounds rooted in a sense of urgency, not that it's a manic album, but there's determination surging through every minute of a piece. I could nitpick little moments like certain sour tones and the length of certain tracks, but these don't seem that significant in the context of such a vast performance. There was a moment a few years ago where I wondered if we'd ever run out of stories to tell in music, and there's no chance anytime soon that we will, but you have to wonder after hearing this whose stories have yet to be heard and how many more sounds we can be serenaded by, as long as we're able and then willing to listen. It's just a thought. 7 out of 10.